neighborhood so real black families could have that opportunity just like everybody else.
I mean, he actually caught HIV, like having like a lot of women.
Oh yeah, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all of his sins.
The wildest.
There's a new lawsuit out there and could potentially force him to reveal his HIV status prior to 1995.
This situation just took a wild turn that nobody can ignore anymore. Jaguar Wright is back in the spotlight, and this time she's making one of her boldest claims yet, pointing straight at Sean Combs and saying the health rumors that followed him for decades were never just gossip. According to Jaguar, what people whispered about behind closed doors in the industry goes way deeper than anyone admitted publicly, and she's framing it as something that's been hidden in plain sight since the mid-1990s. She says she's not guessing, not assuming, and not repeating hearsay. She's claiming there are alleged documents and old conversations that back up why so many insiders kept their distance back then. Jaguar paints a picture of an industry that knew something was off but chose silence over smoke, because power talks louder than truth. Now let's be very clear here. These are allegations, not confirmed facts, and Jaguar is speaking from her own perspective and experiences in the music world. She claims that during the 90s, certain lawsuits, sudden settlements, and quiet behavior shifts didn't just come out of nowhere. In her telling, people around Diddy started moving different, contracts changed tone, and industry relationships got strangely quiet without explanation. Jaguar says folks didn't ask questions out loud because asking questions meant getting shut out. And in that era, getting shut out meant your career could disappear overnight. She also claims that rumors about health issues weren't treated like jokes back then. They were treated like warnings. Jaguar says people whispered, "Stay smart, move careful, and don't play reckless."
This could be potentially damaging on many fronts for some of the people that was subject to his last trial. If he has to bring out his test results, number one, we're not going to know. We're not going to know really what his status is because they will make sure that's redacted for the public not knowing that. But if it comes out that he potentially exposed this person and the judge agreed that the person that's suing him could get access to those medical records prior to 1995, this is going to get real interesting.
Y'all know Heavy D died of pneumonia, right? They're saying, Kim said, P. Diddy is a carrier of HIV.
All coded language that insiders supposedly understood. Again, these are her claims, and no official medical confirmation has ever been released to the public. But she insists that the reason these rumors survived for nearly 30 years is because too many people heard the same thing from different corners of the industry. What's really got people talking now is Jaguar saying the alleged records date back to the mid-1990s, long before social media, blogs, or viral clips. She claims that era made it easier for powerful people to keep things quiet because paperwork stayed locked away and conversations never hit the internet. According to her, that silence allowed speculation to turn into legend, and legend into something people were afraid to challenge. Jaguar isn't just pointing fingers either. She keeps repeating that she's speaking out now because the industry climate changed. She says people are no longer scared the way they used to be, and old secrets don't carry the same protection they once did. Whether people believe her or not, one thing is clear: her words hit a nerve, and the reaction online proves it. The comments, the debates, the shock, it all exploded overnight. And while none of this is legally verified, the story itself shows how deep mistrust runs when power, fame, and silence mix for decades. Now here's where the story gets even more intense.
You know what's wild about that though? He faced that head up.
He did.
And he didn't stop doing what he's done.
He an advocate. Now he did that. And
period. Listen to me. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable? G?
Come on.
In the game.
Man.
Because I could tell you 20 right now that I could rattle off names.
Something that was just like an acute event that just like happened like this. This had been kind of a
He faced that head up.
He did.
And he didn't stop doing what he's done.
He an advocate. Now he did that. And
period.
Jaguar doesn't just talk about rumors, she talks about patterns. She claims that once you look back, certain lawsuits, sudden payoffs, and non-disclosure agreements start lining up in a way that feels uncomfortable to ignore. Again, these are allegations, not proven facts, but Jaguar insists that nothing happens in a vacuum at that level of fame. She says when powerful people move fast to settle cases quietly, it's often about control, not closure. She also brings up unnamed celebrities, stressing that she won't drag people who haven't spoken for themselves. According to her, some of these individuals allegedly knew more than they ever admitted publicly, but chose silence to protect their own careers. Jaguar says that silence helped build an untouchable image around Diddy, where questioning anything about him felt like career suicide. She claims the industry didn't just protect success, it protected mystery. What really shook listeners was Jaguar saying that health rumors, whether true or not, allegedly influenced how people interacted behind the scenes. She claims some artists kept physical distance, some avoided certain environments, and others insisted on strict boundaries without explaining why. None of this is documented publicly, and no medical proof has been verified. But Jaguar says that kind of behavior doesn't just happen randomly across an entire industry. She keeps repeating that she's not trying to diagnose anyone or pretend to be a doctor. Her point, she says, is about why the rumors never died and why so many people reacted the same way for years.
Just when you thought the Sean Diddy Combs news cycle was slowing down, Media Takeout has just got a hold of a bombshell report that will reverberate across Hollywood and celebrity circles.
Talk about it. You're mad because I never you. We've been together for 5 years. I never you. You stink. You have bumps between your legs. It smells. I don't like that.
There's a new lawsuit out there and could potentially force him to reveal his HIV status prior to 1995.
Jaguar frames it as an example of how information moves differently in elite spaces, quietly, indirectly, and always protected by power. Of course, Diddy has never publicly confirmed any of these claims, and it's important to say that clearly. No verified records have been released, and no official statements support Jaguar's allegations. But the internet doesn't wait for court documents, and once the story hit, people started revisiting old interviews, lyrics, and lawsuits with fresh eyes. Suddenly, moments that once seemed random are being reanalyzed nonstop. At the end of the day, this story isn't just about one person. It's about how rumors survive when silence protects influence. Jaguar's claims, whether people believe them or not, reopened conversations the industry buried a long time ago. And that's why this moment feels explosive. Not because of confirmed proof, but because it shows how fear, fame, and secrecy can shape narratives for decades without ever being officially challenged.